Hi, I'm Steve Baue, and I'm a Lifesaver. So I'm a very lucky kid from Superior, Wisconsin. I had everything that by typical American standards you're supposed to want out of a career. I had the title, I had the paycheck, I had the authority, I had the responsibility, I had the house, I had the car, I had the vacations, had it all. But when I started, probably in my late 30s, there just started to feel like something wasn't quite right. So we started by moving back to Wisconsin 6 years ago. Took another corporate job. Things are going well, but there was still this, well, you should be happy, versus are you doing what makes you happy? And this culminated on a plane ride to Italy. It was a business trip. This particular trip, though, I forgot my books. I always carry at least 2 or 3 books along with me. So I go into the bookstore and I'm just looking for something that I can read on the plane. And I see this book called The Happiness Project by Gretchen Rubin. This book is a 180 from any book I have ever purchased before. Open up the book, first chapter is this Gretchen Rubin is talking about her career. And she says this line in there where she says, I realize that if I'm going to be happy, I need to do it for myself. And it was like lightning bolts. It was all of a sudden, everything that I had been feeling for the last couple of years came to a head at 40,000 feet above the Atlantic Ocean. And I literally started tearing up. And it wasn't like I've wasted my life. It was a pretty good life. And it wasn't like, oh, I love my family. It was nothing to do with that. It was the realization that I had for 25 years been doing what I was very good at, but not doing what I loved. So by the time I got off the plane, I didn't sleep on the plane. By the time I got off the plane, I had a rough sketch of what I needed to do. Starting with, to get very honest about why I did the things I did in my career, take a very honest look at my balance in my life. I was very career-centric. I was paid to make the career and my job number one, 24/7, global company, publicly traded. I needed to be available, so a lot of things were sacrificed, and I needed to be very honest about how that made me feel and what are those other places that I was neglecting. My health, my family, my marriage, all of those things. I'm very fortunate that the opportunity came to buy a business that has a real impact on others. And while we're a counseling business, I'm not a counselor, but I do get to play a small role in helping people on their own journeys. And every day, one way or another, I get reminded of the work that we do here. And that's very different from the career that I had before. I knew the impact the company had, but it's very different when you have that feeling that you're playing a real part, a direct part in that. Right now, I'm lucky. My gamble is paying off. But even if it didn't, I at least tried. And that's, again, when I look back on my life, I think everyone wants to have that moment where they say, yeah, I at least tried. And sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. To be a lifesaver is really to understand that life isn't a dress rehearsal, that this is it. There's no going back, there's no do-overs, there's no rewinding it and let's try this one again. It is what it is, and no one's gonna come in and set up everything to make it perfect for you. You have to figure out what that is. That is both the joy and the challenge that comes along with it, but you get one shot at doing it.